How are you? Hope Savara here. Excited. It is day 4 of our Going the Distance challenge with the St. Christopher's Fund and Mother Trucker Yoga coming to you live. Let me know down in the comment section how you're doing today. What is new on the agenda? And I hope what is new on the agenda is you are going to get out and move. You are going to eat a fruit, eat a vegetable, maybe even 2 or 3. You are going to try to relax and get a little bit of some downtime in to help you fall asleep. And also, you are going to get your water in. Hopefully we are working on those things. And if you are new to the challenge and this is your first time, just know, if you just have to focus on one of these things and just get that water in, that's okay. And by the end of the 5 weeks, the hope is that we are doing at least 2 or 3 of these categories. Hey, maybe even all 5, and you can be checking off some boxes for some wins. All right, good morning. I just have my phone open here too. So if I look down, it's because I am looking for the comments in the comment section. Good morning, everybody. We are talking today about sleep and movement and the importance of the two combined. Now, everyone else is talking about exercise over here and sleep over here, but really the two are one in the same. What I mean by that is we need to be moving. We need to be active on a daily basis in order for our body to welcome in the idea of sleep. It's like this glass of water. It's about half, we'll try to stay in focus here. It's about half full, and I have to drink it and keep drinking it in order for it to empty itself so that I can refill it again. I can't refill the glass of water unless I drink the glass of water. And the same is true for our body. So today we're going to talk about expenditure of energy and sleep. We're going to talk about how much exercise or how much movement we want to have as a goal so that we can improve our sleep, and just a couple little tips about sleep as well. And just know that in the following 4 weeks after this week, we are going to deep dive for a whole week into movement. And we are going to deep dive into a whole week on sleep and relaxation. So do not worry. Today is not the only day we are going to be having this conversation and giving you some goals. We are going to have much more time together. Okay, so when we think about wanting to improve our sleep, let me know in the comment section if you struggle with sleep. If you struggle with insomnia, write insomnia. If you struggle with falling asleep, type falling asleep. If you struggle with staying asleep, type staying asleep. And let us know what it is that you struggle most when it comes to sleeping. Now, the majority of us, when we have sleep issues, we just look at the sleep itself. I need to do something to fall asleep and relax more, which is absolutely great. I need to have the room darker. I need to have headphones on. I need a fan running. And we only look at that situation. It's no different than when you have a sore throat or you have something wrong with your eye. You usually go to an ear, nose, and throat or an eye doctor specifically. But sometimes where we have the area of issue is not what's causing the problem. And when it comes to sleep, expenditure of energy is a huge column in the sleep quality category. So if I'm not moving, I'm not active, I'm not exercising on some level, I am probably somebody that struggles with falling asleep. Now, that being said, you might be thinking, well, Hope, I don't have any problems falling asleep and I don't do any of that. Well, you may have some sleep related issues that is causing you to fall asleep. And so there's a whole nother game to that. But today we're focusing on energy expenditure to improve sleep quality. What we need to be doing on a daily basis is emptying the glass of water so that we can refill it every single night. The emptying of the glass of water is movement. The filling of the glass of water for the next day is sleep. I want you to take inventory right now. Take inventory of how much you actually move on a daily basis. And here's a tip. If you have to start counting weird little parts of your day, you probably aren't moving enough. If you have to really think like, you probably aren't moving enough during the day. And we want to help you fix that. I want to help you fix that. The increase, when we increase movement, when we increase exercise, we decrease the amount of time it takes for us to fall asleep. It's a math problem. Increase movement, decrease the amount of time it takes to fall asleep. Increase activity, decrease the amount of time it takes to fall asleep. Increase exercise, decrease the amount of time it takes to fall asleep. So how is it, let's just look at today. How is it that I can get active today? How is it that I can get out and get moving today? If exercise is a scary word for you, don't call it exercise. You often hear all of me talking about movement because exercise is not a fix-all, but moving more in your everyday life is essential. So what can I do sitting in my driver's seat? Can I roll my shoulders? Can I reach my arm up and down as fast as I can for a minute and then do the same thing on the opposite side? Can I roll my ankles? Can I march in place in my seat? Can I twist? Can I do 10 squats every time I get out of my truck and then 10 squats every time I get into my truck? What is it that I can do to add movement into the day? Let's not think about it as I need to schedule 30 minutes of exercise, because the brain, when we give the brain ultimatums, when we give the brain a you have to do this or else, what ends up happening is we actually hold on tighter. There's a part of our brain that actually resists because we go into self-preservation mode. We actually go into a protection mode within our brain when something is forced on us. So to avoid that, I want you to find the tiny pockets throughout the day that you can add movement in. If you're doing a safety check and you're walking around your truck, walk around 2 more times. If you're walking in to the building, walk a little faster. Where is it that I can add these little pockets of extra movement into my day? If you're just standing at the filling up with fuel, how many calf raises can you do before your calves feel like they're going to fall off? It's about the little things. And if we can start sneaking movement like this into our day, the idea of adding in actual exercise and the idea of staying active as a driver becomes less scary. And more importantly, our brain becomes less resistant and we don't fall off the bandwagon. I was on the radio yesterday on TNC radio with Shelly. And one of the things Tom reminded me of was when I was last on is I talked about the 1% rule. If you just focus on improving something about your life by 1%, you can totally do that. Everyone can improve an aspect of their life by 1%. Trying to commit to 100% every single day is probably a little unrealistic for the majority of us, myself included. But if we commit to 1% better, by the end of the year, that's 365% better. That's a lot. So how can I improve my movement by 1% today? How can I get more active than yesterday by 1%? And then tomorrow by 1%. And then the next day by 1%. You see where I'm going with this, right? Okay, so when we're active, when we get up and get moving, when we do a little power walk into the truck stop, when we do a couple squats, when we do a couple twists, when we do a little mother trucker yoga, we also reduce sleepiness during the day. We reduce sleepiness during the day. We increase the amount of endorphins that go to the brain. We level off that cortisol drop that happens for us around 3 p.m. That's why the whole 3 p.m. siesta thing came about, because our cortisol levels actually drop at that time. So it helps us level that out. But also exercising and movement helps regulate our core body temperature. And if you're someone that maybe drives at a specific time and you only have time for movement, maybe more before bedtime, if you move, if you get active, if you exercise 30 to 90 minutes before you go to bed, it boosts your core body temperature. And then your core body temperature drops, which actually makes it easier for you to fall asleep. I'll leave you with this. There was a study done that proved that there is a very, very, very small minor difference, like unnoticeable, between aerobic exercise on the body and what sleeping pills do for the body. I'll say that again. There is virtually no difference in what an aerobic activity, that's like cardiovascular aerobic activity, like getting moving, getting your heart rate up, does for the body in terms of sleep, and what sleeping pills do for the body in terms of sleep. Now, which one has side effects? Which one could be addictive? Which one is killing your liver? The sleeping pills. And I'm not saying you're taking them, but I wanted to give you that visual to help you see that you don't lose when you get out and move. You don't lose. And when it comes to sleep, I want to encourage you today to stop telling yourself, I can't sleep. To stop telling yourself, I can't fall asleep. And start changing the internal dialogue that's, I am going to be able to fall asleep. I am improving my quality of sleep. I can figure this sleep thing out. Because your brain is a powerful thing. And if you keep telling yourself something, by gosh, you are going to get it. So today, here's your homework. You have to improve your movement by 1%. You need to actively get out and move on purpose. Yes, absolutely. I want you to count all of the steps that you take on a normal day, but I want you to do 1% more than you normally do today. Do it on purpose. Do it with purpose. Give it your all. And then when it comes time to sleep, notice what you notice. Pay attention to how you feel. This is not a quick fix, my friends. The things that Julie Dillon and I are teaching you here in the Going the Distance Challenge are not things that are going to fix you overnight, but they are going to give you a lifetime of improved health and happiness and well-being. That we can promise you, if you're willing to come alongside of us for the long haul. So 1% better in the movement category, that can look like 15 minutes of extra movement on purpose. Notice and pay attention to how you feel when you lay down at night. Notice the conversation in your head. Use one of the guided breathing meditations that I've been posting here in the group for you to help you fall asleep faster. You have the tools. Now it comes down to, are you going to use them? And I hope that you use them. All right, my friends, this is day 4. This is day 4 of the Going the Distance Challenge. Tomorrow, Julie and I will be live here together in the group, giving you a wrap up for week 1, what to expect for the next 4 weeks, and of course, some more strategies, tips, and techniques that you can use to improve your health and happiness. Remember this, it's the small, simple changes that lead to the big results, and we are in it for the long haul. These small changes, these 1%, are going to add up to a whole lot. Thanks, guys.